Bigfoot, UFOs, ghosts, and many other unexplained phenomena are seen daily, and thousands of people all around the world have experienced things that they can't explain. Are you one of these people? America's Unexplained wants to hear your story. Visit AmericasUnexplained.com and share your story today. You can remain anonymous if you wish. Today's email comes from Ben in Monroe, Louisiana. Hey Jeremy, over the past 7 decades, people have reported seeing a ghost wandering around Lakeshore Drive in Monroe, Louisiana. Being a skeptic, I wanted to know if there were any facts behind this mystery. I saw your YouTube channel and wanted to share this story with you. Lakeshore Drive snakes its way along the shoreline of Bayou Dessard, an offshoot of the Ouachita River in Monroe, Louisiana. In the 1800s, steamboats carried crops, consumer goods, and passengers back and forth between Monroe and New Orleans on the Ouachita River. According to articles in the Shreveport Times, the Monroe News Star, and other local newspapers, the story is linked to an accident that happened in 1955. On February the 3rd, 1955, workers were digging a new water line to Bob Bentz's home on Lakeshore Drive when they hit an underground brick wall. There was no record of any other building existing on that site. As they cleared more of the dirt away from the wall, the bricks began to crumble to pieces. Tests later revealed that the bricks and mortar were made from lime and sand, a technique that was popular until the late 1800s. Within a few minutes, the crumbling bricks exposed an iron box which was 6 feet long, 16 inches wide across its widest part, and 7.5 inches across at its narrowest end. The iron box was decorated with iron work. The workers could see traces of black and orange paint on the iron box, and a cast iron plate was fitted on the top of the box. The workers suddenly realized that they had uncovered a brick tomb which contained an iron coffin. Affixed to the coffin was a broken silver plaque. Only part of the inscription was legible. The first letter of the inscription was either a capital H or M, followed by St. Clair Wade, and listed her age as either 30 or 39 years. A date etched into the silver plaque was exceptionally clear. It read September the 7th, 1814. They were unable to determine whether this was a date of birth or death. After the shock wore off, Monroe City health officials contacted Hickson Brothers Funeral Home and asked that they come to remove the casket and rebury it. Funeral home employees learned that the iron coffin was a rarity in North Louisiana. This type of casket was used primarily in New Orleans in the early 1800s. This casket, which would have been very expensive, must have been shipped from New Orleans to Monroe on a steamboat specifically for the funeral of whomever was inside. That brought funeral home employees back to the iron plate that was mounted to the widest part of the casket. With a little work, funeral home employees freed the cast iron plate. Their mouths dropped open with shock. The cast iron plate was mounted on the casket to protect a piece of glass that was full length of the casket. The glass had been cracked while removing the casket from the tomb or when removing its cast iron cover. Through the cracked glass, they could see a well-preserved petite woman's body. The woman's features were exceptionally small. She was wearing a black silk dress and holding a lance handkerchief in her hand. Magnolia blossoms and leaves surrounded her face as well. They could not believe that her body was in such good condition. Throughout the day, hundreds of people visited the woman's body in Hickson's Brothers Funeral Home. Sometimes during the day, people began to notice changes happening as they peered through the glass. The woman's body had begun to deteriorate right before their eyes. Funeral home employees concluded that the quick deterioration was due to the crack in the glass and the body becoming exposed to air. When the funeral home opened the next day, Monroe police officers turned people away and told them that the casket was closed from public view. The parish health department ordered that the casket be reburied. Hickson Brothers Funeral Home quickly buried the casket in an unmarked grave in Memorial Park Cemetery less than a mile away. But who was the lady in the iron casket? The property where the casket was unearthed was once known as the Magenta Plantation. Many people speculated as to the real identity of the lady in the iron coffin. A book entitled Founding Families of the Ouachita Valley by Dr. E. Russ Williams listed a Mary Catherine St. Clair Morrison Wade, who was born on September 17, 1814, and died at 39 years old. This seems to fit. If this was the body of Mary Catherine, she would have died in 1853. But that's not the end of this story. Many people claim that the lady's ghost roams Lakeshore Drive searching for her body. I could find no reports of Lakeshore Drive ghosts prior to 1955. It seems that by unearthing and reburying her body, which had rested peacefully for 102 years, her spirit now cannot rest. The ghost of the lady in the iron coffin has seemingly been trying to reunite with her body since 1955. The ghost is most easily seen at nighttime or on a gloomy, overcast day. If you walk or drive slowly down Lakeshore Drive in Monroe, Louisiana one night, be sure to keep your eyes open. You may see the ghost for yourself. Wow, what an incredible story, Ben. Thanks for sharing it. This one made the hair on the back of my neck and my arms stand up. We were planning a trip to North Louisiana this July, so we might just have to take a drive down to Lakeshore Drive ourselves. Stay safe out there and keep your eyes open. You never know what you might see on the side of the road. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you're enjoying these stories as much as I am. If you have seen or heard something that you can explain, let me know at AmericasUnexplained.com.